Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the AYT panel. Today we are here with special guest Glitched, a former YouTuber and Rec Room creator who we are going to be interviewing about how YouTube went when he was doing it. So when did you start your channel?
About like 2 years ago.
Alright, and what kind of content did you do?
Mostly like quests and stuff.
So all on Rec Room? So, when did you stop doing YouTube and why?
About like a year after I started. And the reason why is because that's when I quit playing Rec Room because I got interested in a new game.
And what would that game be, if you don't mind sharing?
The game was not on Rec Room. The game was called Gorilla Tag.
Yes, the classic. So, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about how your channel went back when you were doing that. So, if you don't remember, just feel free to say that. But to start off, what was your favorite video that you made?
Probably speedrunning Golden Trophy.
Any particular reasons why?
Because I got close to getting to a world record.
Wow, that's impressive. One thing I've noticed from doing speedrun content is it generally tends to do well on YouTube. What kind of views did you get on that video?
I got like 700 in like the first 3 days.
Yeah, that checks out. Speedrunning content is one of those things that generally just does well. I believe the biggest video on my channel was a challenge run video. Okay, so let's flip the script a little. What was your least favorite video that you made?
My least favorite? It would probably be me making a room with one of my old friends.
And any particular reason why?
The reason why is because we both stopped being friends with each other, due to him being toxic to me and all of my other friends. So then we just never talked again.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. So, what kind of editing did you do on your videos?
Just sort of like the simple stuff.
What software did you use?
I don't really remember that much just because it was like a year ago, so I don't really remember what software I use. And I was using a laptop at the time, and that laptop's now broken.
That makes sense. It has been a year. If you went back to doing YouTube, what kind of videos would you see yourself making?
I'd probably see myself making videos of me making games, making outlines for people, or just doing Rec Room originals.
Alright. So, back when you were doing YouTube, what reason were you doing it for? For fun? To interact with the community? To earn money?
I was doing it because I was bored.
That's fair. One thing that we focus on a lot here is mental health. Did you have any mental health struggles back when you were doing YouTube? Anything go well?
Not really. I was fine at the time.
How many subscribers did you have?
I think I got up to like 800, and then that's when I quit.
Wow, did you make any money?
No. I didn't set that up, so I didn't really like want money or anything.
what kind of views, like, in what range were your views like?
My views were like between like 100 to 800 on each video.
Yeah, that's pretty much a 900 subscriber channel, so that makes sense. Did you ever find yourself, like, checking your analytics a lot? Or was that something you weren't really bothered?
Not really. Usually I had like a timed schedule of when I'd check it, which would be once every 3 days.
That's pretty good. I should honestly start doing that. Because one thing I found is that when you check your analytics too often, you start to, like, obsess over them, and it's just not healthy. Now, of course, it is Halloween. Halloween is tomorrow. So, I propose, we tell some stories. Do you have any spooky stories that you would like to share?
Not really.
Well, I actually do have a scary story, if you will indulge me. I'll see how well I can remember this, because I came up with this, like, sophomore year of high school. It's been a while. So, one night, a man wakes up in his apartment in the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. And he woke up and he looked around and he couldn't find any reason for why he woke up. He never wakes up in the middle of the night. He sat up in bed, looked around his room. Nothing was unusual. And he laid down and he started to go back to sleep. And that's when he smelled this horrible smell. It smelled like rotting flesh. As it was 3 a.m., he was pretty paranoid. So, he slowly got up and thought, it must just be the trash. Surely I forgot to take the trash out. So he gets up, and he goes over to his trash can, and he opens it, and it's empty. And he's kind of confused. So he's like, okay, maybe it's something in the bathroom. So he walks over to his bathroom, peeks inside, everything's fine, smells fine in there. He goes back out, smell hits him again. He looks over and realizes it's coming from the kitchen area. So he walks over to his kitchen, and now the smell is overpowering. It really smells like something died and is rotting. And he's, like, super freaking himself out. And he looks around the kitchen, and he can't seem to find anything, but as he gets closer to the sink, the smell is getting worse and worse. And as he walks up to the sink, he sees there's some red substance in the sink. It's almost full, and he's almost gagging on the smell now. And he gets up to it, and remembers that he forgot he was making strawberry jam. And it rotted. He sighs, and cleans up all the jam, gets it all in a bag, and goes to take it out to the trash. And so he exits his apartment, and he walks down the hallway to the trash disposal, and he throws it down. And just as the disposal clangs shut, he hears a scream. He's like, surely this can't be right. That doesn't make any sense. So he figures it's just his mind playing tricks on him, and he starts to go back to bed. And as he does, he hears what sounds like whispering in the vents, like someone talking. And he goes back to bed, and he wakes up an hour later, at 4 a.m. It's still 3 hours before he normally gets up. So he's like, alright, what woke me up this time? And now, the whispering sound from the vents is even louder. And they whisper to him, go outside. And he figures he won't get any sleep unless he figures out what the heck is causing this. So he exits his apartment, and he goes outside, and he smells the smell again, but it's different. This time it really smells like an animal died. even worse than the smell he smelled before, and it's coming from the trash disposal. So he thinks maybe the bag of what I just threw out got caught or something. So he opens up the disposal, and nothing. The smell is coming up from the trash room. So he decides to go check it out. After all, nobody would like it if he made a mess. So he goes downstairs, 3 floors, and as he does, the whispering sound from the vents is getting louder and louder. Finally, he's approaching the trash disposal room. He opens the door, he steps inside, and everything looks normal. Then the door slams shut behind him. He whips around to face it, and a voice behind him says, "You're mine now." It's 4:30 a.m., and a woman has just woken up in her apartment. She swears she heard a scream, but she figures it was probably just a dream. She thinks she'll just go back to bed, and that's when she hears whispering from the vents. Yeah, that's it. That's the story.
Lord have mercy, bro.
What do you think?
That was good.
Thank you. Alright, well, unless there's anything else you want to talk about, we can probably conclude that there.
That's all.
Alright, well, thank you for being on this episode, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Tune back in. I don't know who we're going to be talking to next. Might be a friend of mine, might be a YouTuber that I know. Who knows? And subscribe so you can be notified for the next one. Alright, peace out, and happy Halloween.